Welcome to the Shirts and Skins podcast, episode 49. We are your hosts, Tori, Devin, Josh. Devin, good to have you back, man. How was your trip? Fill us in.
Oh, it was nice, man. I brought a hurricane with me to Connecticut.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, sister's wedding. She appreciated it.
Bring it down the coast, not up the coast.
Yeah. It was like the first hurricane they've had up there in years, so...
Brought a little bit of Florida with you.
Yeah. I felt like I was just at home.
Yeah, you brought the, where's that, the hurricane?
The hurricane.
I brought the hurricane with me. And, we were just waiting for football season, and now our Hurricanes are going to come, and we'll see Alabama coming up, but we'll get to that here in a little while. But, yeah, my trip was short, sweet, nice, beautiful weather up there. Like I said, it was kind of stormy, but, sister's wedding. Family first was
good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Let's jump on over, continue our trend of week after week as we build towards episode 50. 5-0. We've almost been doing this for a year, gentlemen.
Incredible.
It's been an incredible ride. Thank y'all so much for being a part of it. Thank every one of you listeners and watchers for being a part of it with us. It means a lot to us. Our community you can't be overstated. It can't be
Definitely
overstated.
Appreciate all you guys.
How grateful we are.
We don't miss a beat.
And neither do you.
The internet was strong today. I was in the freezer. I work in the freezer. I come out. Josh fills me in. Cam Newton's getting released. This, that, and the other. I come. I check Facebook. I check our group page. And we already have 3, 4, 5 memes just not letting it go.
You all were on it.
Yeah.
I had to jump in. I was like, wait, hold on. This hasn't been confirmed yet, right? This is just a meme. Hold on a minute. Check. And all of you guys came in. Here's it from ESPN. Here's it from NBC. Here is it from everywhere. It was great. We were all fact checked on it, myself included, and so it was phenomenal. So continuing our trend, like I said before, we're going to break down the AFC East. Now, gentlemen, I don't think I'm going to have a dispute here with the Bills being number one at the top of that division. Maybe.
Wait, hold on. Who's in that division?
Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Before you say the Jets, man. Bills, maybe number one of the whole conference. Where are you with that? It's them and it's KC.
Yes, them and the Chefs. So before Cam gets released, I felt like they could have been a dark horse team to maybe make some noise over there because you can never doubt out Bill.
Well, they're going to be better. They're going to be better without Cam.
I don't think so. You're starting a rookie quarterback.
Who they think is better.
Even if he's better, rookie mistakes will happen. Defenses will make sure they play certain things.
Bro, did you see him winding up his arm? He's been winding up his arm, bro.
All that time ago?
Yeah, he's been winding up his arm, bro. That's Tom Brady reincarnated right there. Looks just like him. Same body type, everything.
Super unathletic looking, just plain.
Yeah, just smoked 2 cigars back to back. No stamina,
super dad
It was like Brady did that. Maybe now that he's 42.
Yeah.
Super like dad bod, just not ready to, not an athlete at all. Look, but it makes me a little bit nervous now. When you start a rookie quarterback, there's going to be those rookie mistakes. Defenses are going to try to throw out those different blitzes and different coverages to confuse you. So that right there, again, dark horse. Not saying I think they would have won anyways, but I think they would have had a chance at taking that division.
My problem is that the preseason's over, and so I guess you got your quarterback out of it, but
they never even given the starter.
And now you're just going to start week 1, and the other guy's gone.
Cam was all 3 preseason games. Cam started.
Right.
And then you cut him after the 3. Why not give Mac some of that time? That's what I was confused by.
And he's never even had all of his tight ends because Henry's been hurt. I don't really think Jonnu's played that much, if any, with him. And I don't know how much.
Super weird how it all.
Yeah, I know he's played with Myers a little bit. You just got rid of the running back, Michelle. So how much time does he have with James White?
Right.
Because I know D. Harris is kind of taking over, but there's still Bill Belichick loves White. He loves James White.
I know last year's starter for the Patriots, Cam Newton, is off the team, and Andy Dalton is still starting for my Bears. So that's
unfortunate for you, I'm sure.
Anyways, back to the AFC East. So real quick, Bills number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This
is where it gets.
Can they take out OKC or KC?
Kansas City
for the number 1 spot? It's a 2-horse race.
Well, I mean, who are you talking to?
Huh?
Are we talking about a AFC team conference?
Yeah, it's obviously
So,
Buffalo.
someone else-
Definitely a 3-man
it's
race.
Kansas
Definitely a
City.
3-man race.
So you
Oh,
want
you
to
mean Baltimore.
like Baltimore?
Who? Baltimore. Josh got me second guessing. Baltimore might lose to the Raiders. I don't even know what to do anymore. But no,
No
I'm
one's
talking.
losing to the Raiders.
Yeah, no. But no, it's a 3-team race. We don't have to say nothing. We won't go down that road. But it's definitely a 3-team race. I mean, defense wins
Are you referring
championships.
to the no longer undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, we didn't start no starters. It's irrelevant of what happened on that preseason. We found out.
agree.
You were hyping up.
I
the
agree that preseason is irrelevant.
No,
You were the only one fighting that it wasn't.
Listen. No,
when
no,
you
no.
were 3-0.
No. So like,
The only.
listen, when we just started straight third string, we didn't even like put in any of our first string. Like we gave that game away. We really wanted to see what we were going to get rid of, and that's why we made our cuts.
That
like,
whole third string.
yeah, we basically got rid of all of them, and we were like one of the first teams to get rid of all of our cuts. And somehow we kept Haskins, but we found out Haskins is who we thought he was.
So
not a starter.
you're telling me the Steelers are going to be at the top of the AFC.
Minimal at the top.
They're going to get the first round bye.
Minimal? What else is
Yeah,
there?
minimal at the top,
What
and
about
first round bye.
the maximum? What's if that's their floor? What's their ceiling?
No. There's only one spot we are going to be in. The top. Probably right there above the Chiefs. Probably in the Super Bowl, more or less.
All right, so the Bills are going to be below the Chiefs, is what you're saying.
The Bills are actually going
So,
to lose to the Steelers the
between-
first week of the
Between
NFL
the
season.
Bills and the Chiefs, which team would
Well,
be?
see, we just took a turn. We just took a turn where there was just, these are the only 2 teams, and I just had to
Yeah, we forgot
correct that. That was just a. It was,
I don't
it
know
was an
how
error.
we
you know what I mean?
My bad.
Didn't place the.
Yeah. Well,
I
when
forgot about
your
the team
team is
that
also in the AFC,
finished 0-5.
So you know
And
what
I
mean?
know that
last year.
we'll talk
Minimal
about
at the
this-
bottom.
We'll talk about this next week.
Yeah.
I know where my boys rank.
Gonna get that pick, boys.
Yeah.
So
Gonna get Khalil Mack back, and you're gonna get a first round. Woo!
the question is,
Do I
Bills
think
or
the Bills
Chiefs?
are going to beat the Chiefs?
Bills
I
or
do
Chiefs,
not.
do
I
you
don't.
I
think
think
I
they're
don't
gonna be
think.
above them in the conference range.
No, I do not.
You do not.
And
John.
I don't see. I see why, but I don't see Allen beating out Mahomes in the MVP either.
Okay, that's where I was gonna go
Yeah.
next. I was like, because if there's a lot of MVP talk around Allen this year, I don't see him getting it unless they end up at the top. Of the
He's gonna
conference.
have
Then I
stats.
feel like that's 2 for 2.
He's going to have the stats, but the Chiefs are going to have the stats too. They're going to have the stats too.
I think the Chiefs are going to be better than they were last year.
For sure.
And last year they were one of the best teams in the game. I mean, you make the Super Bowl, you're obviously pretty good.
Pretty good.
And winning it.
And they've only improved.
Yep.
Their
Lions.
offensive line somehow got even better because people were just giving them better guys.
The Ravens.
So did y'all see what the Bills and the Browns, for that matter, did in the offseason and in the draft?
The
Edge
Bills,
rushers.
Bills made good moves as well.
Obviously,
And
if
they
we're going to
already-
beat OKC, or if we're God, I keep saying OKC. I got to stop it. Kansas City, not Oklahoma City. I'm still on NBA time.
Shocker.
So I know, right? So with the Bills and the Browns in the AFC, watching what Tampa did, getting at Mahomes, obviously that's the only way that you're going to be able to
Yes.
take Kansas City down. They loaded up on edge rushers. They loaded up on linemen.
They realize you got to get the pressure. I mean, it's the same thing.
Any
the-
quarterback.
Any quarterback. Thank you.
If you can
Any
pressure the
quarterback. It's just now, can you throw while you're on the run,
Right.
on the outside? But, I mean, when you're
Which
chasing.
Mahomes can throw like Ben Stiller in dodgeball.
But listen,
on the run
yeah.
diving. If we saw anything in that Super Bowl.
But at the end of the day, that man was running like 15 yards backwards, still
Yes.
trying to scramble. Like he was trying to save his own life. And don't forget, his knee was busted up.
his toe as well,
his toe, his line.
which they did shore up in this offseason as well. They
Big
helped
time.
counter that. That's about all they did.
But that's one thing you got to remember too about the Patriots is you're getting Bill's defense back. You know, he had
Yeah,
like
they're
seven
gonna have
people. He had like
a
seven
a
people
way
out.
better defense
All
than they
of
had
it.
last
Yeah.
year because not only did they bring in the free agents, but also all the COVID players you had out.
Even the Jets. Even Jets have a sleepy, scary defense. And Salah.
Jets are one of those teams that always have a good defense.
Yeah, and Salah
It's
is a defensive coach.
their
so,
offense they can't bring together.
Right.
The whole division has a good defense. The
The
Dolphins have a really
their corners,
good defense.
Their corners,
Dolphins
that's
are
going to
gonna
be
ready.
That's
on
those are the
defense.
corners that are going to stop Diggs.
If the Dolphins, there's all the rumors are saying it's not going to happen now, but if they were to get Deshaun Watson,
Crazy.
I'd put them up there with the Bills.
For sure.
Here's what I love about this. Bills, known for their offense. going into this.
No
going
run
into
game.
this season.
No run game.
Dolphins.
Allen is the run game.
You can count on their defense, not their offense. Patriots, you can count on their defense, not their offense. Jets, you can count on their defense, not their offense. This is phenomenal. And
But
so what
the Bills have a pretty good defense themselves.
Right. They have a quiet,
Depends
good
on the week.
defense.
Depends on the week, depends on the opponent. But it's there.
But they're the better all-around team in the division.
For sure.
And with the
I would
additions
say
on the line,
I would say a good
agree.
enough defense, no run game, good offense, good quarterback play. Best quarterback play in the league.
Crazy
in that
stat about
conference
this
right now.
division. Josh Allen is the oldest starting quarterback
Right.
at the age of
Absurd.
25.
This is
Right.
absurd.
Nuts that you got a 25-year-old as your oldest guy. Absolutely insane. And
Well, let's talk about the NFC South here for a minute. Who's the oldest? Who's the oldest there? That makes a lot more sense.
I think-
Actually, 43 doesn't even make any damn
I think you
sense.
could probably add up two of their guys, and it would
Yeah,
be
I think
what time
Zach
it is.
Wilson. I think Zach Wilson and
Zach
Josh
Wilson-
Allen. You add them together, and you still
Like you throw Zach and Mac together,
Yeah.
and that's the age you got for Tom over there.
Yeah.
All right, let me pitch you all a question.
Insanity.
Because, all right, so we all have unanimous the Bills running that division.
And then past that, it's
Past that, so we have
the Jets are the seller.
there we go. But here we go.
It's those two in the
Let me
middle.
run this down. So we have a question mark at Tua at quarterback.
Big time.
Dolphins could be a good team if
Yeah.
Tua plays.
We have
Well.
a question mark in Mac Jones at quarterback.
Yes.
And we have a question mark for the Jets in Zach Wilson.
No, we have a
But I do
question mark
think-
on the Jets.
Jets, Jets.
Yeah.
Just in the season.
Yeah.
So knowing all of these are going to have, at least two of them are going to have good defenses. One of them, it depends. Could
Right.
be there in the Jets.
It'll be a good defense, but it's higher defense because they're going to be on the field a lot.
A lot.
Do you trust coaching more
So
and go with the Patriots at
where
the second
where
spot in
I'm
that
gonna
division?
where I'm gonna go with this is none of those three teams are making it to the playoffs.
Not the question.
It's out of the question.
I wouldn't say it's out of the question.
Which team do you think would make the playoffs out of those teams? in
Patriots
the
were
NFC?
8-8 last year.
And they'll probably
Miami
be,
was knocking on the door.
They'll probably be
Miami was, a game away?
I think the Patriots, if they can get
Running a two-quarterback system?
it's going to require, I'm not going to say a perfect season, but a near perfect season from Mac Jones for them. And same thing with Tua. I think Tua needs to have a near perfect season and stay healthy if they want to win. Tua just scares me more. I think, I said this before, I'll say it again, I think Mac Jones is going to be the best quarterback out of the group because of the situation he's in. He has the best surrounding team around him out of all the rookies
and
that
Josh
came in.
and Josh Daniels really likes him.
They're
he
gonna
really likes
cater
it.
that
Already
offense
linked
to
important
him.
thing.
Yeah, they already linked
Belichick's
up.
defense, Josh
He's got
McDaniels.
Yeah.
He has the best
coordinator.
coaching staff around him. He
That's
has probably the
bold.
best roster around him.
He needs another wideout.
Agreed.
Yeah, he
Big
needs
time.
another
Patriots have
wideout.
needed a wideout
But
for a long time. There's
but-
a quarterback that's been arguing about that for, years.
But they got some stud tight ends. They got
Their
a pair
tight
of
ends-
stud tight ends.
yeah, their tight ends are solid.
friendly.
James White out the backfield.
Kobe Myers has been looking good
decent,
so far.
Decent.
So
see
if they can kind of get some things together.
We'll,
They
we'll
got
see
Nelson
what we can
Aguilar
do. Yep.
from the Raiders last year. See if he can come over there.
I mean,
and
if they
do
didn't want him,
something.
nobody does. You know what I mean? He's been
They-
traded around from
they-
bum to bum.
they overpaid
Eagles
him.
to Raiders to.
I mean, when you went from the league MVP and Derek Carr over to a Mac Jones, it's going to be a drop off. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Where's the
So-
cricket noise?
The
Jesus.
You can edit that in for sure.
Yeah, Jesus.
Producer,
Yeah.
you can edit that in.
hey, I got to get that on tape and film because when it happens, I'm going to come back to this
Yeah.
the multiple times that I say it this year.
So Josh finished your point, and then I got a question for you.
I think that the Patriots have a great chance, in my opinion, at making the playoffs because I think your division, Devin, is going to beat each other up so bad
Yeah, it's going to be like the
that I think they're going to hurt
49ers,
themselves.
Cardinals. It's
Right,
the AFC. Yeah,
They're going to end up
West.
just beating each other up to where it's going to help them. The rest of the AFC, like it's that division is good, and the rest of the division has like one team in each, other than this division. So it kind of opens things up in that wild card. You have two wild cards. You can easily make that last wild card there.
Absolutely. So Josh, you have the Patriots finishing second in that division. Is that correct?
Yes.
Devin, where are you at with that? Say it.
I think the Dolphins are going to finish
Say
second.
it.
I think the Dolphins are going to finish second. I think Dolphins defense with their stud cornerback play, with decent pass rush, with decent safety, hungry linebackers. I think Tua can do enough to keep him in a game. He just has to be that keep you in the game, that flow clock, that
He
Teddy
needs to find
Bridgewater.
his confidence.
He has to
That's
be able to
most
find a
important.
confidence, but he also can't be scared of that mobility he had. So I
There's
don't
nobody
say
behind him
abuse
anymore.
it.
You don't got
abuse
Fitzpatrick right
Yeah,
behind
don't
you, breathing on
abuse
your
it.
neck. So
Right, don't abuse it, but you gotta have to be on the move and throw the ball away. Don't take a sack. Keep your guys in the game. You have a decent O line. Run the ball
be
heavy.
a game manager
That's it.
and let your defense win the game.
That's it.
And that's the key point for me is Tua's been in this position his entire, you could call it semi-pro football career. is
Right.
He's played with Alabama. And basically it's don't turn the ball over.
Right.
Throw it deep when you get it. Otherwise, keep the ball to yourself. Run it, short passes. Let your defense do the work.
Do enough
And-
to win, not to lose.
Exactly. And I really feel like the Dolphins are the perfect team in order for him to continue that progression. And he has more game experience. I mean, it's not much, but he has more than these other two quarterbacks have that are going to be right in behind him at the Patriots and the Jets.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I feel like he has the coach that's going to help put him there. I feel like he has a defense that's going to help put him there. And I feel like as long as he's healthy, I think he's going to uncork a little bit of that offense and
I think the
build
difference
his
between
name off of what it was supposed to be last year.
the difference between the Patriots and the Dolphins right now, Dolphins have wideouts. He actually has people to throw the ball to.
Right.
Yeah, we can talk about tight end play, and don't get me wrong, I think Smith and Henry are great. We're still hoping Henry comes back.
And
but
it's an offense that's going to be catered to him from the offseason, whereas right now we have Mac Jones who's been practicing underneath, Cam Newton. So
Right,
it's a
but we
very
don't know
different
what
offense.
they've been doing as far as
and
during the
playbook.
offseason if they haven't been kind of not showing the media, but behind closed doors they could have been doing things to cater more towards a Mac Jones.
no one knows what
The evil
Mac
genius.
Jones and them had conversations of, because it's not like it came to a shock to the Patriots.
No.
Right.
You know what I mean? To the
Not at all.
organization of the Patriots, it's like, we already knew this. And Mac Jones
It
kept
didn't-
a game face this whole time. Like, I'm taking what I can get from Cam Newton. Like, stuff got fishy when Cam Newton's like, oh, I didn't know the COVID protocol, this, that. Like, that's when stuff kind of got shady in a gray area of, like, something's going on here.
And there's talks that is also a reason why he got cut is because he doesn't have the vaccine. And with the way the NFL is really pushing all that and if you don't have the vaccine, you're out for a longer period of time, whereas if you have the vaccine, you can come back quicker. So there's
Sure,
already been
and
teams that have admitted
Cam's
that they
already
are
had
basing
COVID.
that. Right.
And Cam already missed a significant amount of time, and he wasn't right when he came back. And that doesn't mean anything to me, but it does to Bill Belichick, who is
There's teams that are said-
in line type of coach.
There has been teams that have said that we will base cuts off of vaccinated versus unvaccinated simply because of what it does to your team.
Sure. Now, my question to that, and I said, let me just clear this up. I don't think any of us were surprised that Cam got cut. I think it was the timing of when he got cut. It could have been week 5, and he could have been cut, and I would have understood it.
I I agree. I think it's the timing of, and I expect him to get cut. I expect him to get benched
Agreed. Not
So-
necessarily even cut.
because you gave him all this
I
preseason
felt like if
time.
you were to bench him, you were going to cut him because it just wasn't going to.
It
But
makes
you
a
want to
certain
have
amount of
that
sense.
veteran behind it.
It does
just in
make a
case
certain amount of sense.
If Mac gets hurt, now you have a
Yeah.
veteran quarterback that already knows your system. He's already been in your so that's the only why I say you keep him for that purpose of it. So you have that veteran presence.
I don't
behind
think
him.
I don't think Cam Newton was about that.
I also agree.
Probably not.
I
Yeah.
think it makes more sense to cut him entirely.
But the way the preseason went and everything,
And then
with
you get
giving
Gardner
him,
Minshew.
with giving him all of the looks through the preseason, everything with first team. He had a game where he went 8 for 9, 150 yards or something like that.
He did fine all preseason.
And then you cut him kind of to me out of nowhere. But obviously they know what they're doing. You know, Bill's always a step ahead. He knows what had kind of planned.
I feel like Bill just didn't want any question whatsoever.
Right.
Look, here's our guy.
And that's
I
exactly
don't
how
want
it's
to
going to
hear
come out.
any week by week who's going to start, when's this, when are we going to see Mac? You're going to see him week 1.
And that's it. He'll come out and say, "This is our guy. We're looking towards
him.
whatever team they're playing that week. That'll be the
I
answer.
don't know, Bledsoe, Tom, we're going with Tom.
This
Sorry.
is our guy. We're looking forward
riding him
to
out.
playing so and so team."
Yep. I completely agree. Because of that, maybe I'm just biased because I've seen Cam before and not Mac Jones. I'm
Right.
high on Mac Jones. I'm high on the future of Mac Jones. But having not seen it yet, again, I have a lot of stock in the Patriots defense this year. A lot. It could be better than the Dolphins defense. I wouldn't be surprised, but
One
Tua
thing
has
that's
a little
going to
more
hurt that
experience.
defense, Stephon Gilmore is out for the first 6 weeks. He's on the PUP list, so it's weird to me the timing for that one as well.
The second place in that bid. You got to have Gilmore.
I know Gilmore wasn't happy. There was rumors of him getting traded, and all of a sudden now it's
black and gold.
What?
So
Gilmore's solid.
Like
man.
everyone else, it's a free agent or on a list.
No,
not Cam
Winners.
apparently.
Oh no, not Cam. We don't want
come
Cam.
on.
We already got we got Haskins. He's like the same.
So's Cam.
He's like the same.
Big guy, no arm.
Yeah, he's like big guy, no arm, no legs.
Why not have 3 of them?
We don't want that. We don't want that.
All right, so then I guess that, depending on where you're at with that, I guess we're all in agreement with the Jets being in last.
Yes, Jets are in the swell.
Is it just because we haven't seen it yet?
New coach, new quarterback,
There's too much going on. They're going the right direction, but just still too many questions.
and 2 losses to the Bills.
I'll tell you what, Zach Wilson, I think he's in the best position, not team-wise, but
He has the least amount of pressure.
Exactly.
There's no pressure.
We need you to go in there and get some yards under
This
you.
year
Get
is a
some-
wash. Go out there and just show us that you can be
Get some experience.
half of what we think you can be.
Yeah.
all he needs to know,
Watch
all
your
that,
blind
all that
side.
needs to be, it might need to be told to him. All that needs to be told him is, hey, go out there. This is your team. This is at least your offense. Try to win us some games. This is BYU. Just go out there, try and win us some games. Look, we're
sling it.
not going to Josh Rosen you.
We might. Though.
That's the important thing.
Give us 4 or 5 wins and show the promise that you can have, that you
Go out there and
have
sling
that
it.
talent,
Listen,
that
You're not
skill.
supposed to get 5 wins. You're not.
Don't butt fumble, bro.
Even he was 4 years there,
Yeah.
and 2 AFC championship games.
Defense.
So here's the thing.
Thanks to Rex Ryan.
I think we're finally so far away from Namath that they just want a competent
Oh, they're
quarterback.
desperate for anything at this point.
Can we just get a good quarterback? It's like the Bears. Can we just get somebody that we're excited about? We drafted a guy and we're ready to throw him into Canton. Like just being drafted. Like we're so pumped about this guy.
And we're not even going to start him.
And we're not even going to start him.
Yeah. We were going to save him. We don't want to hurt him.
Over, under, Matt Nagy fired by week 7.
He's going to lose like
I'd
2
say the-
divisional games.
I'd say the over simply because around the time it gets really hot, that's when he'll put Fields in to save for the rest of the season.
If he loses to the Lions, they're going to fire him.
True.
Shout out to
Also-
Lee. Shout out to Lee.
Also, first coach fired, Matt Nagy.
I don't see who else it would be.
I agree. And it hurts. It hurts.
I mean,
Year 1 with Matt Nagy, I loved it. I loved everything about him. After the double doink, everything changed with him. He stopped trusting every player that he had.
the only other football coach that'll be fired before him will be Scott Frost out of Nebraska.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go.
Like,
Oh, here we go.
he'll get fired sooner than that.
Yeah.
That man might have made a mistake.
Like, he definitely made a mistake. You went from the fake national champions, the self-proclaimed national champions.
Bro, he went to Disneyland to the cornfields.
You know,
And he literally went from Disneyland to the cornfields.
he went to the bug eaters, and I'm like, "What are you doing, bro? You don't go to Nebraska.
Nebraska is not what they once were.
No."
And
This
Do
is like
you
what,
think
the
Eric
talent's
Couch
not
or
going there.
Crouch?
Question. Do you think 5 weeks into the NFL season, Urban Meyer is going to feel that way?
He's gonna be faking another one. I'll tell you that.
We're 1-4.
listen,
Well, damn. I think I'm not used to this.
it might happen week 1. Me and Josh were talking about this
That
at
man's
lunch.
lost, like, what, 32 times? Like, in his entire college
Right.
career? He's not used to that.
He's
He's in Jacksonville.
I don't know
with
when
a
he's gonna
rookie
get his first
quarterback,
win.
yeah.
And his starting running back
Like,
is out.
and they play the Texans week 1.
That's what I'm saying. So we were talking
And
about
they
this
may
at
lose
lunch.
it.
Lose. Oh,
Right.
man. Oh,
You're about to lose to a
man.
Texans team without Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
You're about to lose.
You're walking away.
right off rip. Dude,
he's gonna be on the
Keep your money.
sideline.
family,
I'm calling up college.
Family emergency.
NCAA, who y'all need?
Fam-
You need me to come to Nebraska? You looking for a coach?
Yeah. Family emergency. I got to go.
It's gonna be instantly. He's gonna be pulling. Oh, this is the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Headliners. NCAA football is back. It already kicked off,
Already
fellas.
kicked off
Yeah.
last week again.
Feels good.
That's where it all started for Frost. When you start off with playing Illinois, who is not a good team by any means, not that Nebraska's great, but you get stomped by Illinois.
They win. some games.
Nebraska has to
You
win
got to
that
take
game.
them seriously.
Nebraska's too.
So
Absolutely not.
I watched the
Short-selling
game.
Illinois.
So I watched the
Short-selling
game.
Illinois.
I watched the game. Illinois' quarterback ended up going down, and they brought in their second string quarterback, which couldn't pass the ball. So then they strictly ran the ball. There was mostly like defensive. There was a safety. There was a
Martinez
defensive touchdown.
was just giving it up.
Martinez fumbled like 3 times. He was trying to run to save his life. He still can't throw the ball, but he's like a 3-year captain. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on.
Forever.
It's like 5 years now, and I don't really know what's going on with Nebraska. But Nebraska used to be a powerhouse, and now they're at the bottom of the barrel.
They are a bad team.
They're bad, and I don't know what Frost is doing.
Frost has to be filling the fire right now.
It's like you change speed out for mediocre. I don't really know what they got going on in Nebraska, and I'm not trying to hate on Nebraska.
I feel like they're kind of like going old school Big Ten.
Yeah, and
instead of trying to keep up with the new school where you have to have speed.
It's like the Big Ten Stanford. Let's put 3 tight ends in a run game.
Yeah.
Maybe we can pass the ball, but it's not Andrew Luck.
Like I like the teams that just we're about the option.
Okay,
that's
Georgia
what we
Tech
run.
type.
Yeah, or you go
option,
to Notre Dame. We're gonna run a pro style I-form offense.
But the guy running the option, is fumbling.
But I dig it. But
he's fumbling.
Listen, you can't turn the ball over the way he was turning it over.
You can't.
And he's overthrowing. He's throwing in the dirt.
The Illinois are a team though that like I said last week, it's like Vanderbilt. There's name recognition there. You have to take them at least semi-serious. I remember I was watching Vanderbilt a few years ago, maybe 4, maybe 5 years ago. Everything they were doing was working against Alabama. It was like their quarterback threw for 200 yards, and I was like, holy hell, hold on a minute. This guy's cooking out there. Both of their running backs averaged over 6 yards a carry. No interceptions, no fumbles. Got beat by 30.
So did they win that game?
Absolutely not. But I'm like, man, hold on. This is working.
Like Vandy,
but
do that against everybody else, and you might have a decent year.
Yeah.
And Vandy will walk away with 4 or 5 wins. And it's a team that you can't lose to because it's damning to your schedule.
Right.
And it builds their program up. I feel like the Illinois is like that. Nebraska's like that as well. Again, if you beat them back in the day, they were a powerhouse contender.
Yeah.
I was growing up in the Midwest, and I remember looking back like a few years, like once I actually grew into adulthood, I was like, hold on, how long has Nebraska been bad? Wow, it's been a long time. They've been pretty rough.
Late 90s.
Yeah, but they were
whenever they were
for
like a big
time.
deal.
Yeah, they were good. They were good, and
they still have that recognition now.
They still had
maybe not
some
now.
years in the.
Maybe
they still
not
had,
after the weekend.
Yeah, they still had some years in the 20th century coming up. Like
absolutely,
hey, like
you said, 90s for sure.
Yeah, the 90s. It was them, the Canes, Texas, USC, Notre Dame.
Yep.
80s, same
those
thing.
are the ones.
Nebraska. You still had Wisconsin in there, but now it's like your powerhouse. Michigan, they fell off too. You know what I mean? But now you got Ohio State, Penn State, Wisconsin.
I expected
He
it.
just had to say it.
He didn't give no love for the 80s and 90s where Michigan was good. He just bounced out all around it. But then he wants to talk about how bad they are now. But I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, hey, my Cane's been bad. My Cane's been bad. Like they caught us doing some dirty stuff paying our players, and now we're allowed to pay our players. So now we're back, baby.
Hey, man, Reggie Bush wants that Heisman back.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it was illegal at the time,
Yeah.
but now it's legal now. You crossed the line back then, but it was a different time. Speaking of the Canes, you got a big opening weekend there.
Huge game for
Yeah.
them.
Hey, there's a lot of hype.
Number 1 and number 14.
There's a lot of hype.
There's talk.
That's the way to do it. There's a lot of talk out there.
I'm a realist. We're gonna go undefeated after week 1. No, I believe in King. I believe in King. I believe if we could put some offense on. I told people like this: if we could slow down the run game of Alabama, we can be in the game. If Alabama just goes down, because we don't know what Bryson, the quarterback for Alabama, we don't know what he's about to do. A lot of hype around him.
Their defense worries me.
You're
losing a lot of players again, and another retool every year.
And
always.
defense wasn't great last year. That offense
They were putting up some points.
Else.
They were putting some points.
But the defense wasn't
allowing
Alabama
some points.
Right.
Ranked.
Yeah, they were allowing some points.
And you lose a lot of big
But
people again.
Our offense right now, between our wideouts, our run game, our O-line, our in King himself, we're looking solid. We're looking good.
Yeah.
Can our defense slow down the run game? Can we stick with athletic big men? Because we're smaller on the D-line. We're fast, but we're not like what we used to be on the outside on the corner play. We will see what we can do. I hope it's a close contested game, whether we win or lose. I know you don't want that.
You want a respectable at least.
Yeah, I know you don't want that. Oh, hey, we were in the game. That's a win for us. Like, no, but like it is. It is a win for us.
The moral victory.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, what we want to do, we want to beat North Carolina and we want to beat Clemson.
If you're in it with Alabama on the national televised game, that again starts bringing some of that prestige again. If you put that victory on them, then that's game tape.
They're already ranked 14. They're already getting some national love. Devin Schultz.
You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
There we go. So they're already getting that love, not the same chain gang and all that, but they are building upon what they had. Again, going back to that Vanderbilt game, that's actually what beat them was their quarterback threw 7 times and had 5 touchdowns. And so that's
do it.
That's what you can't do.
Yeah.
You can run for 6 yards of carry for both your starter and your backup running back. You can throw for 200 yards with King there, but if your defense gives up 5 touchdowns and 8 passes,
we can't do that.
That's a losing formula right there.
Well, I don't believe that's how we're going to lose this game.
I don't either. I think you're a better match.
Yeah, I believe we're getting on the right track. I believe we're taking advantage of the seniors coming back. We have a lot of senior leadership. King coming back for another basically redshirt senior year, however they want to post it. Him, Coley coming back together. They want to show out for when they get drafted. And I believe that's what they want to do. We always have a solid tight end.
This is huge impact kind of thing.
And national stage, first week. Like I said, I hope we're in it. I hope we win, of course. I wouldn't bet on it, and I love betting on games. I would not bet on this game. Someone even offered me points, and I told them, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the points.
I got them losing by 10.
We'll see.
Score predictor.
We'll see.
I got 35-21 Alabama. Two score.
Well, I have 33-30 Canes.
Okay. Woo!
That's what I have.
I'm thinking like 35-24 Bama.
11.
So 11 points there. Like that's
still in there.
It'll be close.
Here, a field goal there.
It'll be like a last minute kind of touchdown to put them over to kind of make it look worse than it was kind of situation.
Pick in the end and then
enough to like we can secure the win, not having to worry about anything.
I'm hoping we rattle the young quarterback. I'm hoping we rattle the young quarterback. We get that turnover chain out. We get the swag out. Alabama doesn't know what to do with the 305, and we're in Atlanta. We get it. We're in Atlanta, and we come back home with a W. Ooh. And like I said, we can't lose. We can't lose that just drive because North Carolina put a whooping on us last year. And that game's coming up fast. And then no matter what, like I told people, even if we get past Alabama, of course we got to – dude, North Carolina has so much hype right now.
Yeah.
And you talk about Mac Jones, you got Mac Brown as the coach over there. You know what I mean? Like he turned North Carolina into something.
Quick.
Yes. And then you have to beat Clemson too in the ACC championship. And then you would have to go into a playoff.
Clemson
and what? You're going to have to play Ohio State,
Alabama,
Clemson. Come on, man. Dude, that's a tough road. But we will see where it goes. Georgia, the Dogs they play Clemson.
I was like, you're just telling me about the schedule I see every year. Yeah. It's like Bama here, Clemson here, and then Bama in the playoffs. Like, phenomenal. Can't wait. To recap on that, maybe we're brought in by the Miami swag a little bit because 18.5 is what the odds are for Alabama right now.
Yeah, it's not
18.5. I think it's going to be closer than that.
Yeah, it's a fan Alabama poll vote. It's
I'm not there with the 18.5 just yet on Alabama.
You know how they love the SEC.
So biased for SEC.
They love Georgia, Clemson. I'm trying to talk myself.
Yeah, let's look at the over under on that. Let's look at the over under.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
So I already got money on this game.
Do you?
I do.
How much did you put on Clemson?
Of course, I put it on Clemson, but it's just 20 on them. They're nothing major.
20. All right. Let's go bet the favorite.
I mean, but I also took
scared Iowa. Money don't make money, Josh.
I took Iowa over Indiana as well.
Okay, all right.
So it's a little, They
only got Clemson by 3.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk myself into this one here. JT Daniels,
where is this one at?
Lead this offense. Granted, it's probably in Clemson.
Is this in Death Valley, or are we playing this in Athens?
They're playing this or
in a neutral site
in North Carolina, but they're playing it at the Panther Stadium.
So neutral site.
Neutral site. I was going to say it's got to be in Georgia or at a neutral site.
I mean,
if
it's still going to be a lot
-3.
of. That's basically still Clemson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they're in North Carolina.
so
I got high hopes for this Georgia team this year.
I think Georgia's going to be good. I think.
We're ranked 5. I
they're in
like
that,
it.
They're in that tough conference over there, so
Sucks.
that makes it a little more difficult.
Kirby Smart just keeps getting dragged through the coals because he's got to keep playing the Clemsons and Alabamas and the Max Joneses and the Sabins and the Trevor Lawrences and
Just the
the
SEC.
Dabos. Come on, man.
It's just tough all around.
And then when we're good, we blow it against South Carolina.
Even like the middle pack teams are good. Like,
Right,
that's what
Florida's
makes it
always
hard.
going to come with
Thick.
defense.
Yeah.
Florida's always going to come
against
with
Trask,
defense.
I thought we were going to lose that game.
Yeah, Florida's always going to come with defense. But I was telling, I think it was both
Auburn's
y'all.
always
Auburn's one of the teams you
knocking
can't
on
never
our
count
door.
out.
I was
Knocking on our door.
telling either both y'all or maybe just one of y'all before is the guy said that Georgia's going to come in there. They might lose to Alabama when they play them during the year, but come back and beat them in the championship
Oh,
and
that's
win the
all I care
championship.
about.
And it's like,
We just haven't
it's
done it yet.
possible. It's happened plenty of
Just
times where
haven't done it
Georgia's
yet.
came back there, LSU and Alabama ran it back, Georgia and Alabama's ran it back. If you're in that SEC, I mean, it's almost like you get them 2 teams in there.
You get them twice.
And
What's the Georgia quarterback, Daniels or something like that?
JT Daniels.
yeah, JT Daniels.
That
Former
game,
USC QB.
to me, that game right there is his Heisman winning game. If he can go into that game and dominate and have himself a game and
that
continue,
man's not winning the Heisman.
if
Don't
he
get
can
my
do
hopes
that,
up about having a Heisman
if he can
quarterback
go
on
in
my
and,
team.
and take Clemson and just take him to the tool shed,
that's
as
the
they
thing,
used to
though.
say.
We don't know what Clemson has over there yet.
And Clemson's another
And
team. They
that's-
got a young quarterback that we don't know what he is yet.
That's
He's
what I'm
got-
trying
he's
to
got
talk
a
myself
couple-
into it.
I think he's got a couple starts under him.
He does.
Yeah, he has a couple starts
Losing
under
a
him.
lot of good pieces again.
Yeah.
It's another team they got to retool, and they do. They retool. They always have one of them.
They have
One
a
of the top
phenomenal.
Bama,
draft
Clemson.
classes, but so does Georgia year
Yeah.
after year.
Yeah, and all 3, Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson, they all defensive heavy, defensive minded coaching, defensive. They're just it's going to be a part of their game. The run game, O-line, the plays, it's involved with those because, like you said, almost semi-pro. Like it's
Yeah.
just
It is. We run a pro-friendly offense, and that's what drives me absolutely insane. Is because even when we have quarterbacks throwing 28 touchdowns, even we have Matt Staffords and these guys, it's like run, pass, run, pass. Let the defense go out there, uncork the offense, please, just let it fly. I'm not saying run a spread
And
or
to
running
beat-
air raid.
To beat Clemson, you're going to need to do that.
Throw 27 times.
And one
plus.
thing about talking about Clemson, and we hit on North Carolina. Actually, North Carolina plays Friday night, so we'll see them, and they play Virginia Tech. They play the Hokies, so we'll see what North Carolina and see if North Carolina can keep that hype going because all these teams are ranked.
The way too early preseason rankings that I absolutely despise.
Yeah, they're always bad.
It's
Of course, you got the
basically
first 5
Because you
starting
heard
there.
it. You
After
always
that,
heard a team
bad.
that's good.
it's fan favorites and alums,
Yep.
and
But you always heard a team that's in that like 23, 24 spot that can't get into that top 5 because they started off so far behind.
Well, yeah.
And you'll have an Alabama that'll lose a game and drop one spot.
Look how they have Coastal Carolina in the top 25.
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. So we're about to drop the top 25 preseason rankings for Shirts and Skins. We're gonna have the one that I put together, the one Devin put together, the one Josh put together. Mine's gonna look fancier because I was the one working on it. They sent me their list. Sorry, fellas, but that was gonna take way too long.
Yeah.
However, when we post it, I know there's gonna be, hey, wait, you got the
Doesn't
Chanticleers
matter
up
what
there?
it looks. Doesn't matter
Oh,
what
wait.
it looks like if it's right.
Wait a minute, you got the Raging Cajuns up there? You got Ole Miss how high? You got them how low? You got who?
Mississippi Mud
They're
Dogs.
always bad. They're always bad, especially when you get down to 17th and below. It like you said, it just becomes who your favorites, who are you high
and
on
it's
from
too
last
hard
year.
to get into that top 10 whenever you're sitting at
It's
either
Tulsa
out of the 25.
Hurricane, not Tulsa Hurricanes. Remember that.
And it's the Stanford Cardinal,
Not the Cardinals. You know what I mean?
It's the NC State Wolf Pack.
Yeah.
I don't know what the plural for that would be.
Multiple
wolf packs.
wolf packs. Packs of wolves.
Dogs.
Many of them. All right, fellas. So where are you at with we got a Notre Dame fan out there.
Yes,
We have a
Kevin
listener
Roman.
out there. Yes, sir. Shout out.
Kevin Roman. And Goya Toro also.
And Goya, that's right, Goya as well. And so, Notre Dame, are they going to repeat from last year's success?
They'll be good. I think they'll
They have
be
a good running game.
Are
They're
they
going to have a good
gonna
O-line. So
Or is this the year they fall back?
don't sleep on Florida State because Florida State can't get any worse than they were last year. And
Are you sure? Or is that a challenge?
I feel like that's a Kane talking about his.
I feel like it felt
rival
really good.
Florida
It felt
State
really good to say that out loud. But
So when you beat them, then it's
irrelevant.
A level
it's irrelevant.
that you
Yeah,
went up?
it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. They're irrelevant. They're not even on our level right now. But Notre Dame is going to be Florida
It's been
State.
a while since you were on their level. I mean, they
No,
still won
we-
a championship. Recent memory.
No. Trash.
All right. Well, trash.
I
Notre
don't
Dame.
think that game's going to be the deciding factor for Notre Dame because
No, of
Florida
course not.
State is
As long
down.
as you don't lose.
Yeah.
You can't lose to them.
As long as you don't lose, it'll be fine.
But what worries me with them is what is their schedule?
Right.
That non-conference kind of thing they got going on. Who are they playing? Is it going to be like? Is USC going to be good? There's a little bit of hype around them this year, so if they get that
USC's
USC
climbing
game,
some ranks
Yeah,
in the
they're
preseason
talking,
polls. They are.
They're talking USC, Oregon.
Right.
Probably more or less going to be in the
True.
Pac-12. So
True.
we'll see. You can't sleep on Washington, though. I think Washington, they're talking is down. Arizona State, I believe, are both down. But you never know with the Pac-12. You never know. And then you got Stanford. Stanford, we were talking about, they come with this slow-minded, methodical, just
Pro offense.
was his Chris Shaw. You know, he does. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He took over for the Harbaughs, and
Yeah.
he kind of just influenced the same kind of offense they had going. And they're going to run the ball on you. Oregon's going to run the ball on you. We were talking about the Heisman. Oregon has one of the Heisman that's not a quarterback, defensive
True.
end,
Thank
first number
goodness.
one
It's
overall pick that
quarterback
says he's going to go out.
heavy this year.
I believe his name's like Kayvon Thibodeau or something like that.
Thibodeau.
You know, we'll see. Oregon's got some hype, always got some hype, and if not, they look good winning or
It's the
losing.
jerseys, man.
Yeah, they look good winning or losing.
You look fast in them.
You look super fast with the feathers flying, you know? So at the end of the day,
metallic feathers.
yeah.
Yeah, the best
Steel
looking jerseys.
wings.
Like I love all their jersey combinations.
Speaking of jerseys,
Tell you what,
bro,
jerseys.
those helmets,
The last few years
those
have been
helmets,
fire
the
all
Aztecs.
around.
Oh, the
Can we
San
talk
Diego
about the
Aztecs.
Aztecs? Listen, I'm about to
Bro.
buy that helmet.
That was the one of the cleanest looking helmets I've seen.
They have to sport that all the time. That's not
Like-
one of those one game, just here, there. Those are like when Army and Navy play and they come out with their custom
Yes.
helmets and
Yeah,
you're just
buddy.
like,
Those are always
Yeah,
fresh.
you
I love
know,
them.
but those Aztecs helmets.
Look up San Diego Aztecs helmet. Probably alternate helmet. Absolutely beautiful.
Flames.
Helmet. If you didn't see it on the Facebook group, absolutely
Join and then
fire.
see
It
it
is
there.
incredible. Absolutely incredible. Check it out.
I got a lot of these. Oh, it's killing me. Was it Utah that brought out another one?
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
When they have
Utah. I'm telling you that
Yeah.
those red helmets, those with like just
you got
that,
Baylor.
that
How
gloss.
they've been Baylor's been coming out and doing a little bit of
with the
Oregon
gloss
type things.
USF came
Jordan's
out.
out here. We're gonna run some red and some white.
No, listen.
Driving me crazy. Come on, guys.
Georgia came out with that
Pick
just
something.
old Southern, just flat black, not
Listen,
metallic, not
All
gloss.
we need
just-
is this G on our helmet, boys.
That's
That's
it.
it. We'll put a little dog chain around the neck. Ooh,
Yeah,
get them.
solid.
Come on, man. I was hyped about those too. At least it was different. I was hyped. But jerseys this year from these NCAA teams, they're at least getting creative. I love it. You know, again, if you're gonna go 4, 5, 6 wins, like just run that
And
uniform, get all that hype around.
To kind of bring it back where we were just at, speaking of that,
Where were you- where were
Notre
we at?
Dame, I think, has one of the best helmets. I love
classic.
the gold specks in it. Like they talk
Classic.
about how it's real gold in
It's
the
got
helmet.
like the Goldschlager flakes in
Yes.
there. I feel like
Like they talk about how it's like real gold they put into the helmets and everything like that.
Extra
Like
flakes.
I do love that. They the prestige of Notre Dame, the
They're-
draw. Like,
Yeah, it's got that cathedral
the
gold.
history.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is. I like their helmets. I do like when they run those lime green unis. You know.
I like the lime
There,
green.
if there's a
Irish.
helmet that speaks to the word prestige, it is the Notre Dame helmet.
Oh yeah, like
Hands down.
it is a good looking helmet. Like that's a nice looking helmet right
Classic.
there.
It doesn't get much better.
And they're going to be a team that'll probably in that playoff talk as long as they can kind of
They'll be
keep
in
it
the talk.
together.
I don't know if they'll be in the hunt again, the top 4 again. But
They
they'll be in the
always
top.
just let you down when they get there, man.
Yes.
So I hope
No, they're not. They're exactly who I thought they were when they let me down.
That's true. That's true every time.
They played Cincinnati early,
Yeah.
which is going to be a pretty
Let's
good
go
team.
Bearcats. Let's
They
go this
They played
year.
North Carolina. So they got some teams on their schedule this year. They're going to play some
finally
decent
do.
teams.
I'm very excited about that. This is a year where I can actually look at them unbiased, and I can see really what they're about.
Let's see.
That's what I'm excited about this year.
If they are who we think they are.
Exactly.
The way they are every year.
They're going to have a run game. They're going to have a run game.
They are going to have that.
They're going to have a run game, and that's about as much as we know about them right now. And Kelly's going to put them there. He's going to win them some games.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Can they win the big games? Can they win against the big franchise? Can they beat the SEC? Can they beat the Big Ten?
If there's a year to do it, it's this year. There's no Lawrence. There's no Mac Jones. There's no Tua's.
Do you have questions?
No
as of
Hurts,
right now,
none of those guys. Right
Right.
now, it is actually
Right.
even
As
for
of
the
right
SEC,
now, we have questions about
wide
quarterbacks.
open. Even
Yeah.
for the SEC, it's wide open,
Right. I mean,
which is wild.
You're in talks right now with your Heisman guy is basically an Oklahoma Sooner, which you're just in that friendly offensive power.
yeah, you're going to put up
You're going to
numbers.
put up numbers. You're going to pass the ball. You're in pro shotgun, just throw. And right now, that's kind of who you're leading the Heisman right now.
Yeah.
Him. They got King at like 6. They even got Howell in there from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You got your Alabama quarterback. You got your Clemson quarterback.
They just get thrown in there automatically.
Yeah, we'll see what's going
yeah.
on, but it's open.
That's a plug
It's
and play
young.
Heisman.
It's like sophomore.
I was
All
guys playing for Saban and Sweeney.
yeah, they're
Put
like
them in there.
they're
Not
all
this year, then
sophomore, juniors. Sophomore, juniors. Some of these last couple were just juniors or
Whatever running back
redshirt
Alabama
juniors.
puts out there will end up getting into the talk.
Yep.
Yes.
Because that happens every year.
And he'll go in the top 5.
So
Recognition alone.
like,
Probably be a workhorse.
yeah,
Big thighs.
you're gonna have those guys that like I said, the quarterback for these top teams will be in there. Then you'll have a running back for
Part of the
Bama, there'll be a
Heisman is you
little
got to
talk.
win. You got to
Yeah,
win.
that's the
You know what I
biggest
mean? You
thing.
got to win. You got to win. You got to be there. And that's why King's going to be there.
I was there until you woke me up.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. And Josh has JT Daniels in there if we can take down Clemson, which I'm kind of getting excited about. Hey,
So-
real quick, I have to redact a statement. So we're not one of those podcasts that will say like Aaron Rodgers is washed this week, and then he's the greatest of all time the next week, and then he's washed again the following week. What we say on here, we think about, we do our research, and then we kind of confront ourselves about it, and that's what this segment.
It's
right here
honest
is about.
opinion. It's not a hot take.
Correct.
If it comes out, if something ever does come off as a hot take, it's legit opinion. Like I really feel the one thing that I was told is hot take-ish, Steelers finishing under 500. I truly believe they're under 500.
Yeah. Right.
Apparently that's the wrong opinion,
is.
but I'm not saying it for a hot take to get that reaction
no,
the way
no.
that a lot
Right.
of these ESPN type shows are doing
You
nowadays,
might be doing it to get this guy
or
riled
Fox
up.
Sports.
No, you can't get me riled up because it's just wrong.
So
Nothing to be upset about.
we
Yeah,
don't say
that's-
things on here just to be like,
No.
puking out garbage just to be
No.
like,
Unless
hey,
I
get this
actually
reaction.
say, hey, yada, yada, I pick out a particular person. But no, like when I say like the Eagle fan base, the Eagles, trash. You know what I mean? When I say the Patriots, trash. You know what I mean? I believe that.
That's your opinion.
That's
like,
my
you're just not a
opinion.
fan of those.
You
Even
will
if
not-
you're wrong.
No, but I will tell you if the Eagles are going to win a game. I will tell you if the Patriots
Right.
are going to win a game. But in my opinion,
You're just not a fan.
I'm not a fan. If there's another game on and I don't have to watch them play, I won't because I find it irrelevant, disgusting, and I don't want to watch it.
You'll flip back.
But I'll flip back because I'm a fan,
Yeah,
and
you
I
like
probably
football.
have
You probably
one of
got
the
somebody fantasy related.
I try
to it.
not to because if you didn't listen to the episode, I don't try to draft Eagles, Patriots, Dallas Cowboys, and I think Texans. So
Should have grabbed a cowboy though.
I
Definitely.
think
not
I
a
have
Texan.
one of all of them.
But what I
I think
wanna
I grabbed David
redact-
Johnson a couple times, but that was just on accident, really late, and we'll see
I mean,
what
it's not
happens.
as bad as like grabbing a kicker in like the 7th or 8th
The
round.
7th or 8th round, you grab a
Listen,
kicker, and there's
listen.
16.
Or Ronald Jones
No,
in
there's
the 5th.
16
That was a
rounds.
mistake.
So there's 16 rounds, right? It's not a hot take when we watched it happen. You know what I mean? We watched it happen. We had a show on
My
what
internet
to do.
connection gave out.
We had a show on fantasy football and what to do and, how
And
to
one
draft.
of the things on there was don't draft a kicker until the late, if not the last pick.
Here's
the
my
last
opinion.
2 or 3 picks.
Y'all are trash. That's just how I
That's
feel.
your opinion. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Now, what I wanted to get back to, which took 5 minutes,
I took it personally.
I know. Last week was me speaking as a Bears fan, and I apologize for that. The Bears are going to finish behind the Vikings because we have no idea what we're doing. Maybe that's why I've talked about them for the third time now on this. I've had a long look at it. I don't trust our coach, our front office.
You can only be a fan.
Our offensive line can't block anybody. It won't matter who our QB is.
That's why Allen Robinson won.
Neither one of them can prove that they can really throw accurately right now. So I apologize. 7 wins tops. Vikings will be second, right behind Green Bay.
Right behind them?
Not right behind it.
Yeah.
Far behind it. 4 wins behind it.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the Bears are going to be right there.
Yeah.
But what I got to say is I woke up the next morning and I knew I was wrong. I thought about it and I wanted to be
a big man
transparent and just put myself in my place. Hey, look, we like to speak in a realm of reality here. And
he just got a new Fields jersey.
I got excited. I got a new Fields jersey from you fellas.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. I was feeling supported. I didn't want to let you down.
It's number 1 on the jersey, but not number 1 in our hearts.
I felt like I had it on when I was yelling at the mic about
you had to. You
the Bears winning 8 or 9 games.
The Fields fire was in you.
It was. And this isn't going to be the year it happens.
But next year. Yeah. Next year,
listen.
Aaron Rodgers is leaving the division.
Hey!
Yeah.
It's our year.
Yeah. Oh, man.
On a come up.
All right. Fellas, anything else? Anything that you want to admit to our fans out there that you feel bad about?
Listen,
doing?
I'm so stoked for Miami and Alabama game. We got more fantasy coming on. Like I got 3-4 more drafts to do.
We just finished some drafts this past weekend. Thank you for the Shirts and Skins one of those. We have more Shirts and Skins drafts this weekend. Make sure
many
you're there.
drafts. Thank y'all so much for being a part of it. It feels great. We love being able to interact with all of you in this way. You know, it's tangible for us. It's great.
We want to make it. We want to make it to where not only are we a podcast, not only do you guys listen to us, but we can interact on that kind of level.
Yes,
absolutely. We're all fans. We just want to talk.
I want to be better than you. and hold on, hot take. I don't want to be
Devin
better.
wants to be better than you.
So we want to be competitive. I do obviously want to win. Josh wants to win. I want you guys to win. I don't want to win them all. You know what I mean? And some guy was listening the other day, and he was telling us, 9 out of 10. And
so he was listening.
I respect that. So at the end of the day, all jokes aside.
Shout out to 2 weeks ago's podcast. That was fun.
Yeah. All jokes aside, man. The fantasy league, I want us to be competitive. I want you guys to interact. I want us to screenshot. I want you
Talk
guys.
That trash.
Oh, please do. Memes for days. I already have them loaded in the phone. I'm gonna come in hot. Whether I win or lose, I have 5 other leagues.
Excuses ready.
I have excuses. I have 5 other leagues. If I won 4 leagues and lost 1 to you on accident, whatever, you know what I mean? That's irrelevant.
Felt giving that day.
Another thing is I'm in 3 leagues with Josh already, and I'm already playing him week 1 twice. And I still have 2 more with him. So
I want a podcast right after that.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready for that.
I want it to go 1-1 so I could just see you guys have it out.
On the fantasy note, though, it's a big thing for us. I think it's a huge step. I love that we're going to be part of 98 Rocks Fantasy League.
98 Rock League.
I had Josh, Tori, myself. We emailed them. We got more emails because they went under the link and said. And Josh just so happened was a part of it. We're gonna do it. We have our brand out there.
Shirts and Skins gonna run it.
We're gonna be in it, and I hope we get mentioned. I hope it's just some kind of extra credit to us to get that extra word out there. And I think it's good for us.
If we can win that one, hopefully they somehow call our name out onto it. Like get that Shirts and Skins podcast.
It's actually
name
a pretty
out there.
cool prize to win. I don't even know what it is because I don't really care because I was just want to.
It was more just trying to get the name.
I just want to hear our name on the radio
on their platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's all it's about.
Fantasy football. It's a different animal, and I love it. So outside of football, it's its own sport. It's its own sport. It's its own. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for college football. I'm ready for the week to kick off. I'm ready to call out of work. I'm ready. I'm ready for all of that. All of that.
All right, fellas.
Next week.
That's going to wrap it up for us here on the Shirts and Skins podcast. Josh, do you have anything else you want to say before we go?
Next week, 50th episode, 50.
I was so pumped coming into this episode. I thought this episode was 50. I was all celebrating, and I'm like,
he was chiming in all kinds of what do we got going on.
Where's our people at? It's 5-0, and it was 49.
Like, calm down, buddy. Calm down. A little premature. Not the first
excited.
time, but a little premature for him. So, next week, 50th. Look for it. It's going to be exciting. We're saving the best division for last. We're going to talk about greatness.
Oh, you planned that.
We're going to have.
Oh, you planned that.
We're going to have the great Joe Stumper, possibly.
Yeah, I didn't even comprehend that. We thought we started off with all right. I see you,
Josh
Josh.
was like, no, we covered everyone. We covered it all. All we got left is the AFC East. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotta keep them the best for last, man. We're gonna have some guests, one for sure, possibly two. It's gonna be exciting. Stay tuned for it. We appreciate all you guys.
Bears, Georgia, football's back.
Hey, just for the record, Michigan plays Western Michigan, so big W for us too. Not just these boys doing something big. Go Blue.
Canes and Bama, baby.
We'll catch you next time.
Good news is, this is gonna be a video only podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.